Okay, so today we are going to start our chapter number 3, that is FTP, Foreign Trade Policy. This particular chapter is very simple to understand, but at the same time, very new for you. Because very first time you are going to understand the terms, or you can say the provisions which you have not even heard before. Generally, this FTP is getting formed by government after every 5 years, and this policy is surviving for 5 years, right? जो भी ये FTP रहती है, जो पॉलिसीज रहती हैं, ये 5 साल के लिए बनाई जाती है और 5 साल के बाद इनको रिवाइव किया जाता है। दैट मीन्स इन 5 सालों का जो एक्सपीरियंस रहता है कि कहाँ पे लोगों को फायदा हुआ, कहाँ पे वो पॉलिसी अच्छा काम नहीं कर रही थी, देन दे मेक सम चेंजेस इनटू दैट एंड देन अगेन दे इम्प्लीमेंट फॉर द another 5 years. Now this FTP was known as Exim policy, right? Before 2004, this FTP was known as Exim policy, EXIM. Exim is the short form of export and import. 2004 के पहले FTP को Exim policy के नाम से जाना जाता था. But in 2004, when I think Congress government came into power, and they made some changes into that. Of course, they were supposed to make a policy for the benefit of the people for 5 years, so they changed the name from Exim policy to foreign trade policy. So this can be asked in the form of multiple choice questions with you, that since when the Exim policy was renamed with foreign trade policy. The answer is 2004. 2004 में पहली बार एग्जिम पॉलिसी को एफटीपी के नाम से जाना गया था. Now, I think the Congress government, which has been elected in the year 2004, they survived for 2 consecutive times. That means for 10 years they survived. So उन्होंने 2004 to 2009 का एक पॉलिसी बनाया एफटीपी. देन 2009 से लेके 2014 तक की दूसरी पॉलिसी बना दी. But what had happened again in the year 2013, that government got changed and we got BJP government. So BJP government was having their own concerns about the policy. So what they have done, they made a fully revived policy and they implemented that policy from the year 2015. Actually, they were supposed to implement the policy from 2014 onwards because the previous policy got over in the year 2014. But it took little time for them to understand what are the things which can be added into that so that our export should get increase. And that was their aim, that by 2020, that for 5 years, we have to double our export. That was their aim, right? So in the year 2015 only they started the policy. So the policy which we are having in our syllabus, it is FTP 2015 to 2020. That also you have to keep in mind, right? So two things you have to keep in mind. One is FTP was renamed in which year? In the year 2004. And the second thing is FTP was known as what before 2004? That was Exim policy, right? So the currently we are having FTP 2015 to 2020, though 2021 already have come, and government is in the process of making the new FTP, which may be implemented in couple of months, and that policy will be termed as 2021 to 2025. That policy, but still that policy has not yet come in the formal way, and at the same time in our syllabus also they have not made changes for that. So you are lucky that you are going to learn this policy, which is very simple to understand but at the same time very new. Okay, so that was the history or the background about this chapter. Now let us see that what all things are covered in this. First we will just have the introduction. The government of India introduced the export import policy, that is EXIM, normally for a period of 5 years. The EXIM policy provides a list of initiatives and procedural guidelines for exporters and importers. So here you have to focus on that this 5-year policy is going to give you the list of initiatives. Initiatives means the new things which they have introduced. Every policy is having new or innovative other thing which they are introducing for the support of the Indian exporter as well as importer. That is the policy. And at the same time, this policy is describing the procedural guidelines means the rules and regulations. After every 5 years they are changing rules and regulations, so you have to follow. If you are the Indian exporter or if you are importer, you are doing that particular business, then you have to have the thorough knowledge of the guidelines, the rules which has been implemented on you. In 2004, the government of India renamed the EXIM policy as Foreign Trade Policy, that is FTP. So this is all about the introductory part or the basic outline of what is FTP. Now let us understand what are the principal objectives of FTP. For what purpose the FTP has been formed or what are the uses of that. The first purpose or objective is base for export production. This particular document, that is FTP, is becoming base for export production. If you want to produce which are the goods which you can export to other countries, this FTP will be base for you. Based on the guidelines given by FTP, you are making your decision, you are making your choice, you are making your plan, right? Whatever thing you are required to do for your business, this FTP will play base for that. Right, this is a readily available document to you online. Also they are making it available, and even if you are applying for it, then through some supporting agencies you can get a copy of that. And it is a very clearly they are mentioning everything. All the rules and regulations are very clear, so by reading that you can make the decision of your export marketing. So this is called as base for export production. That means for the benefit or for the facility for our Indian exporter, the guidelines have been given. Then another purpose is special emphasis on exports. As we know that even yesterday when Narayan was explaining about the motivating factors, there also he has mentioned that when the second 5-year policy of second 5-year plan was implemented, in those days, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said that either export or perish. Either we have to export the products to survive, or we have to perish. That means we have to, lose everything. That was a slogan in those days. And even today, the Indian government is trying to focus more and more on the exports, because export is the only way through that we can raise the foreign currency in India. We can bring foreign currency in India. And already, because of this pandemic now, from 2 years we are suffering for that. Government of India have taken lots of loan from international market. So to balance that, we have to have the focus on exports. And even when this policy, that 2015-20 policy was implemented, there also the main focus was on export. As I told you, when that new government came, their aim was to double the exports. राइट, सो दे आर एम्फोसाइजिंग ऑन एक्सपोर्ट. एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ाना कैसे है, लोगों को कैसे इंकरेज करना है, ऐसी कौन सी इंसेंटिव स्कीम लेकर आए, ऐसी कौन सी पॉलिसी लेकर आ जाए ताकि लोग बहुत ज्यादा मोटिवेट हो जाए इस पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न में आने के लिए. Then the another objective is streamline procedures. See, before or you can say if you take the history of Indian rules and regulations, there were some confusions, right? If you take the history of our first 5-year plan, then second 5-year plan, and of course, when first time we are doing anything, we commit some mistakes and we learn from that mistakes, and again we don't commit the same mistakes in future. Now the same thing has happened with the EXIM policy. Right, EXIM policies have implemented certain rules, certain regulations, but after 5 years, government realized that these rules were not in favor, but these were against. कई बार ऐसा लगता है कि ये पॉलिसी या ये जो नया सिस्टम हम लेके आ रहे हैं, ये लोगों के फायदे के लिए होगा, पर उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हम देख नहीं पाते हैं कि फ्यूचर में क्या हो सकता है. सो कई बार ये नेगेटिवली इफेक्ट करता है. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, जब एग्जिम पॉलिसीज बनाए जाते थे तो बहुत ही टफ रूल्स रहते थे, very tough rules. That means you have to take permission from this party, permission from that agency, license from that agency, and then only we were getting the license to do the business export. But when slowly we come to know where we are committing the mistake, we used to streamline the procedure. Streamline means everything should come on the track and there is no error or there is no chance of committing any kind of mistake. That is called as streamline procedures. Procedures over here means the rules. Whatever rules were, going in the different directions and creating problems for the Indian exporter, now they have streamlined it. They have made it at on one track, and now it is very easy for the Indian businessman to understand that and to follow that. That is streamlined procedures, and because of this FTP, it was possible. Then the next is technological upgradation. FTP is having this objective also, that's technological upgradation. Always and always, this FTP says that we have to have the upgraded policies, we have to have the new technology, and which should help us to compete in international market. So that is again one of the most important objective of FTP, where they are focusing, and they have introduced even some schemes also that how we can go for technological upgradation. Then the next is import substitution. As far as the term substitution is concerned, substitution means, some option, right? If you don't want to consume sugar, you are having another option like jaggery, right? If you feel that the sugar is increasing your weight or it is not good for your health, you can use jaggery or you can use the brown sugar. There are some options available to you. Similar to that, some people are not consuming tea, they consume coffee because that is a substitute for that. So over here they are focusing on import substitution. That means instead of relying on the another country's product, we should be self reliant. हमें बाहर की चीजों के ऊपर ज्यादा डिपेंड नहीं रहना है, क्योंकि अगर हम लोग बाहर की चीजों के ऊपर डिपेंड करेंगे तो हमारा इंडिया का पैसा बाहर की कंट्री में चला जाएगा। तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए। तो एफटीपी जो भी बनाई जाती है उसका एक मकसद होता है इंपोर्ट सब्स्टिट्यूशन। दैट मीन्स वी आर ट्राइंग टू बी मोर एंड मोर self sufficient rather than depending on other country. So we are becoming more and more dependent on our domestic product rather than dependent on the foreign product. That is import substitution. तो जब एफटीपी बनाया जाता है उसमें पॉलिसीज इस तरह से बनाई जाती हैं कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग इंपोर्ट ना करें, बाहर की चीजें ना मंगवाएं, पर इंडिया की बनी हुई चीजों को ही यूज करें। Then the next is employment generation. Of course, FTP is trying their level best to increase the export business. And whenever the business is getting expanded, there are high chances of getting more and more employment opportunities. अगर businesses को हम लोग बढ़ने का पूरा scope दे देते हैं, पहले एक मिस्टर ए सिर्फ जो एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में बिजनेस करता था, जैसे जैसे उसने बिजनेस बढ़ाया तो अभी उसके पास पूरी वर्ल्ड का मार्केट ओपन हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ दिस एफटीपी। ये पॉलिसीज वो इस तरह से बनाते हैं कि आसानी से एक इंडियन एक्सपोर्टर अपनी चीजों को बाहर के देशों में बेच सकता है। सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, when you are selling more you need to produce more, and when you need to produce more you need more number of people to produce it, more number of people to take care of that, more number of managers you need. So your expanded business requires more human resources, and that is resulting into the employment generation. So हर बार जब भी एफटीपी बनाया जाता है तो इस बात का खास ध्यान रखा जाता है कि ये पॉलिसी एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट करता है या नहीं। Then the next objective is export incentives. As far as the term incentives are concerned, incentives means some type of facility which is given to the exporter. अगर एक एक्सपोर्टर ने बहुत अच्छा बिजनेस किया एक साल में और बहुत ज्यादा फॉरेन करेंसी लेकर आ गया तो डिजर्व करता है कुछ रिवॉर्ड, और जो रिवॉर्ड इंडियन गवर्नमेंट इंडियन एक्सपोर्टर को देता है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज इंसेंटिव्स। उसे कई तरह के डिस्काउंट्स दिए जाते हैं, कई तरह की फैसिलिटीज दी जाती हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज export incentives. So when the government prepares the FTP, they see that they have introduced the sufficient and required amount of incentives for the exporter so that he is getting motivated to enter into the world market. Then the next is standards of quality. FTP always and always says or informs the Indian exporters to focus on quality. because the foreign customers are more quality conscious. So if the quality is not good, they may buy once, they may use it by having the misunderstanding that the quality is good, and after that they will not buy. Not only that, but they will inform to all other that the quality which we are getting from India or the Indian manufacturer are not up to the mark at all. And this is how the country's name is getting spoiled. एक मैन्युफैक्चरर ने गलत प्रोडक्ट्स बेचे होंगे या क्वालिटी खराब बेचा होगा, लेकिन नाम क्या होगा कि इंडिया की बनाई हुई चीजें खराब होती हैं, तो एक अच्छा मैन्युफैक्चरर को भी अच्छा बिजनेस नहीं मिल पाता है वहां पे, तो ये नुकसान हो जाता है। इसके लिए गवर्नमेंट क्या करता है, इस पॉलिसी के अंदर ही बताता है एक्सपोर्टर्स को दैट व्हाट क्वालिटी दैट मेंटेन, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज स्टैंडर्ड्स। उन्होंने स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाए, रूल्स बनाए हैं कि मटेरियल कौन सी क्वालिटी का होना चाहिए, टेक्नोलॉजी कौन सी होनी चाहिए, पैकेजिंग कैसे होना चाहिए, एवरीथिंग इज एक्सप्लेन इन द स्टैंडर्ड्स। And when you are following the standards, on 101% the quality will be improved for your product, and you will be able to convince the foreign customers, and this is how India will earn the goodwill in the world market. So FTP is focusing on this also, that's the standards of quality. Then the next is framework for globalization. Framework again means how to enter the rules. Framework for globalization. Globalization means the entire world is coming together. It is not like that the size is coming less, it is not like that. See, years back there was no connection among the countries because of lack of transport facilities, because of lack of the telecommunications and all. There was no contact, but now the contact has become very easy. In fact, you may be a very small scale business person who is making pickles or the household papads and all at home. And there are some countries where maximum Indians used to reside, like Canada. Maximum Indians are there. And these Indians, they prefer to buy the goods or the edible products from India. So you can directly connect with them, you can make your own website, and on social media you can give the link, and through some via, the people those who are living in Canada will come to know about your product, they will place the order, and you will be able to sell that. So that globalization has been possible now. But when you are entering into the global market by taking or making use of globalization, you have to follow some framework, you have to follow some rules. Directly you cannot sell that, you can make the connection, you can receive the orders, but to enter into the market you have to follow the framework, that is called as rules. And once you are getting fit into that particular frame, now you can easily do the business. So this FTP is focusing on this framework also, that those who want to come into the global market, what are the rules and how can they get inside into this particular the characters or whatever you call as a limit. When once you are inside that particular limit, you will be able to go for globalization. Then the next is, okay, now this particular part I cannot continue now because that is the first highlight of the FTP 2015-20. So I just stop sharing the screen at this particular moment, and we shall continue from this part itself in our next period.